Following our lawsuit victory back in August, where a DC Circuit Court panel of 3 judges agreed with our case that if the commission is okay with Bitcoin futures, then they should be treating spot Bitcoin ETFs the same. We've seen very good progress on the SEC front ourselves as well as other applicants. So right now, we're back in front of Trading and Markets. That's a division of the SEC that reviews the Form 19B4 application that would uplist our product, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, onto the New York Stock Exchange. So seeing a lot of good engagement there. Also on the corporation finance side of the SEC, who reviews disclosures, we filed something called an S3, which is what would register GBTC under the 33 Act. That's one of the other requirements in order for it to operate as an ETF. Seeing really good progress there. We filed an initial filing and have since filed an amendment to that, just updating disclosures based on comments we got from corporation finance. So a lot of good constructive engagement from the SEC. We feel really good about spot Bitcoin ETFs happening. It's a matter of when at this point, not a matter of if anymore.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you're joining the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And as CME opens, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto getting a pump. And like I told you in the morning, make sure you're watching yield rates. I am going to go over that in my Patreon tonight. But we have the spot Bitcoin ETF at the center of all this hype, of all this pump. So basically, guys, we've been pumping off news. But if you look at all the distractions, we had the water hack. And right now, we have these drums getting louder. We know the Fed is just not going to say, I took your money. There's another distraction around the corner that's going to help them take us lower in the first quarter and then allow them to cut rates. And then, of course, we know it's presidential year because they don't want the economy looking bad going towards voting. We know this is a movie. Your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. But remember, guys, digital currencies, machines, is all for the fourth industrial revolution. America to Babylon must end along with the world reserve currency, this fiat money. And then we're going to have the rise of the emerging markets led by China with that digital yuan backed by that digital SDR. Programmable money, being able to tell you what, where, and when and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And remember, blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. They'll know you better than you know yourself. And so there's no uprising. What are they going to do? Give you that free money. And then plus send you on in the metaverse. You can't afford to travel, but you'll be able to travel from your couch. And while you're in the metaverse, they'll be downloading you. And remember, if they can download you, they can delete you. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Get in the way? Like, why wouldn't one of them pass in 2024?
I think I agree with your analysis that the stablecoin bill is just simpler, it's easier to comprehend, and therefore, all else equal, you would think would have a smoother time passing versus the market structure bill, which has a lot more components and is a lot more comprehensive. I think at this point, crypto has proven to be a nonpartisan issue, and you have members on both sides of the aisle that really want to see legislation pass. There's a lot of factors that play. Next year is an election year, and there's going to be a lot of other things to think about. But I'm optimistic that eventually we will see this, but I don't know if it'll be next year or the year after.
Yes, Bitcoin has been up, and we're obviously excited about this, but some of the drivers in this particular point is probably just the predictions of the Treasury for a soft landing of the economy and the U.S. economy growing faster than we thought before. Yeah. So these are mainly the economic side of things. But then on the Bitcoin side, we have MicroStrategy buying $600 million worth of Bitcoin, 16,000 Bitcoins, and really doubling down on their bullish attribution to Bitcoin. So I believe that was the whale that really initiated this. And also, I would say Michael Berry really backing out on his $1.6 billion short bet also kind of helped the markets being a little bit more optimistic. For now, we are eyeing the 42,000 resistance level over here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback, which would be very cool for me.
And that does seem to be the nature of the beast, kind of like that. You'll have a move forward, then a pull back. It's sort of like a claw effect. But what's interesting with Bitcoin's advance and some of the other cyber plays, it's happening alongside a stock market advance. Normally, not all the time, it's one or the other. So what do you make of that?
So it's interesting because back in the day, 2016 or so, the Dow and Bitcoin were kind of reversed. So it was, all right, this is a hedge against the stock market. Now, sometimes they have been moving together as more and more people add Bitcoin and other crypto assets to their portfolio. Yeah. And so it is becoming more of a whole of a market. It's not a completely different sector. Obviously, within the stock market, we have their different sectors. We have tech and health and food, and everything right now is actually moving in completely different directions. But Bitcoin and Dow, they're not completely correlated, but we have seen Dow going up in the past few weeks, and Bitcoin is going up. So it has really changed in nature and cycle.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books, is time to re-educate. Also, if new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.